And if anyone starts talking, you tell them to shut up.
Yeah, I will.
Right. Okay. So this portion of the session is now being recorded, Jade. We're going to take this opportunity to record your project proposal. So creating a project proposal, we've come up with this example of where you played a big part in devising a change to operations and how you came up with that, what was involved in it, communications, meeting planning and organisation, what your role was within it, and basically how the whole thing played out. So what we're going to look at is this. So if you can explain how you share suggestions of improving processes in the workplace, explain how you implemented a system or process to improve the workplace, and explain what the plan was and how it was documented.
So we changed one of our processes whereby work used to be sent to our personal Bidfest email addresses. We created a group email, so like a team email, where everyone in the team had access to the emails in one address. The email address is called ost.helpdesk@bidfestunion.com. We developed an organisation feature to assist our way of working. The aim was for it to allow us to be more productive and efficient. Our key account directors all use this email, so they like basically set targets and objectives for us as a team. The benefit of this is so that nothing gets missed, i.e. if someone is on holiday or someone's on sick, then the rest of the team could pick up what needs to be done.
Yeah.
We identified that under the old system where things and tasks would either get missed or they would take longer to get done. This was causing an issue with quality, standards and team development. As a team, we discussed the issues that this was causing, and we come up with an idea whereby we needed a group email in order to ensure everything was being addressed and looked after. We split the content equally based on job roles, based on who was in the business, and based on skill sets, so that the right person is dedicated to the right tasks. Everyone is color coded, so once they're assigned an email or task to deal with, that's their responsibility to follow up and complete when necessary. Once we decided on the best course of action, how we deal with this, Daisy, who's my ex-line manager who's currently on maternity leave, requested it through the ICT department to create a group email. This communication also involved details of who should be included and advise when this should be available.
Okay. So the next one, Jade, is describe how meetings were organised to monitor these changes and upload any minutes. So we're going to do that. You're going to upload your examples of emails and email threads and communications you had with different people on this. So if you could just describe what happened, because this all happened back in October, didn't it? That's the example that we're going to use.
So first of all, we had like a meeting to discuss the issue which was going on and how we could overcome it. And then week two was planning for what needed to be done and how. We was having meetings and one-to-one sessions with managers and etc. And then we, like Daisy, decided that as a group we decided to come up with the email, and we went to ICT about it. We then got the email address, and then that's how it's going now, and there's been no changes so far, and it's working really well.
Okay, excellent. So you had it, didn't you? So once the implementation date was decided, it allowed you to then kind of plan around that or plan up to it.
Yeah.
With what you had to do for the new system. Now, you had specific roles and responsibilities within this, Jade, didn't you? So if you could just describe how you came up with the color coded system. So it was so the idea was that you needed to come up with a more efficient process of how to deal with it. So it was then
because
your job and role to come up with the method or the strategy of how you were going to do that, and you used the color coded, didn't you? So you could just go into that for us a little bit.
Just because I used it to color coded thing because I was finding that we would like duplicating requests that come in and we don't know who was doing what and stuff. So I thought like if each morning we come in, one of us, doesn't matter who it is, just goes through the emails in the morning, color codes it, and then we just start on with all the tasks. So for example, like I'm pink colour and my line manager Layla is yellow, and Ashley was blue. We'd have like regular catch-up meetings on this, so we are communicating all the time, and ensures that the process is like efficient and we can support each other with what we are doing. If someone called Ashley into a meeting that day, I would take a couple of her emails just so she wasn't like too overrun with emails. But I think since the new process, it's been working really well. Nothing's getting duplicated, nothing's getting missed. It's made a big difference. A lot of operations have gave us like positive feedback from using the system. And we obviously use it both internally and externally. So not just with managers and people inside the company, we use it with like suppliers and contractors and stuff. So yeah, it's going really well.
Okay, excellent. Okay, so that was the aim, wasn't it? To create a more efficient system of dealing with things. That was the aim, and effectively you delivered through your ideas, through planning, you delivered a system that has met that need and that has delivered on that.
Yeah.
Okay. So we've said that here, haven't we? So your role was to devise a means method to be able to separate and allocate emails to the right people so they can get dealt with straight away. You created the color-coded system as it's quick and easy to identify what emails should go to what person. So if people are away on holiday or on annual leave, or they're off sick, or if people to leave the company, for example, this could easily be transferable to other people, and people are able to pick up exactly what they're needed for. So you also went through training for this, Jade, as well. So you were responsible for making sure everybody had the correct training on understanding the system, what it meant, what it was going to look like, and what that involved. So you said so some of it involved some IT training, so actively showing them the system itself and going through it. So you're going through training, or you went through training with Layla for that. But it also meant kind of organising meetings and communication. So with these people, so everybody knew what their role was, how they could allocate these things, so that no matter who jumped on the email address, anybody could allocate accordingly. So it was fair and equal all the time. Excellent. We said this has to be delivered within a week, in line with the planning process before it went live. So you knew that it was everything ran smoothly. And the last bit, Jade, was describe how you manage stakeholders' expectations, such as updating them on any delays. So any communication with stakeholders that was done.
So we had to let everyone know within the company, like off Bidfest, what we were doing, when we were doing it, and then when it would go live and what to expect. For them, it was just, they'd had to just email RST. It wasn't just emailing our personal addresses anymore. For external people like contractors, suppliers, and everyone outside the company, the decision was taken to inform them as they contacted us. So basically, what would happen would they send us an email like to our normal personal addresses, and then we'd put an out of office on, and they'd get another email back just saying, "Can you please forward your email onto RST?" and that our personal addresses are no longer being monitored, and we would be working from the RST group email address.
Yeah. Okay.
So
Excellent.
yeah, we're just keeping out of office on, and yeah.
Yeah. And you, in terms of feedback, Jade, as well, you mentioned that you've had positive feedback both internally and externally on this as well. So you
Yeah.
know that the process is working well.
Yeah, it is working really well.
Okay, excellent. Right, that is all we need for that, Jade. So I'm just going to pause the recording there.